Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Keith Armour. I'm the Education Homework Support Manager down here at the main library. I'm close to the Adult Learning Center. Don't forget, all of our services are now in the north building, and that's going to be the way it's going to be for about maybe 2 years. We're also going to take a look real quick um, about the wonderful Deer Park project that is going on right now. They are set to open later this fall, and there's a few new pictures that I want to show you for that. And then we're going to take a look at how to prepare for some spooky stuff using some of our digital resources, our services that you can just stream directly to a device, either a mobile device or even your TV, so you can get ready for Halloween. All right, so let's take a look at Deer Park and then we'll get into some spooky stuff. All right. All right, we are starting on the Deer Park Project page, and this is part of the Next Generation Library homepage as well. And it tells you a whole bunch of information. And we've talked before about the fact that we're just moving the Deer Park branch from its current location down to where the former home of TJ Maxx, and actually increasing the size to a whole 25,000 square feet. And I just wanted to show you some of the newest pictures. Now, of course, this is our current location, and we are still open at Deer Park. A wonderful manager, Natalie Fields, is there, and she'd be more than happy with her wonderful staff to help you out there. And as they're helping you, they're also preparing for the new building. And here's some the latest pictures that have come in from October. Here is the outside, and here are several shots of the inside, the construction that is happening. And you can just see that there's 25,000 square feet in these pictures. It's a big, big branch. Well, it will be a big, big branch. And just some great areas that are here. And this last one that I'm going to show you is what was the last pictures that we had was from March of this year. So there's been a lot of progress, as you can tell. I'm changing something from a department store to a branch. Now, this is what it's going to look like when it's finally finished. Great looking outside. And you can see the expansive, how big it's going to be. And then there is the a rendering of the children's area. And then there's a rendering of the teen area. And then, of course, you have the marketplace, and that's where everybody can just hang out. And, of course, don't forget the Deer Park branch is still going on. So you can definitely check those out. There's some other projects, and, of course, the main project is going as well. All right, I do want to point out one more thing. We are in the midst of Chemistry Week. We're towards the end of Chemistry Week, and that is National Chemistry Week. And I just wanted to point out the wonderful videos. I highlighted it last week in our Lunch and Learn last week, but you can definitely check out these wonderful videos. And then also here is a nice list of all these books on chemistry that you can get kids interested in. Now remember, a lot of these you have to place, well, it looks like all of them you're going to have to place a hold on. But just because Chemistry Week is coming to an end doesn't mean that these books would not be a great thing to check out in the future, just to keep your kids interested in science. And of course, don't forget as well that anytime you are cooking something, especially baking something, you are experiencing chemistry. So invite them in for that as well. All right, so now we're going to get into the spooky stuff. And I wanted to go here first. Now, this is our great list of books that our library staff puts together all of the time. And there's newest one. These are the most recent. And you've got supernatural thrillers right here. And what I like about these lists, there's some different ones. Here's some books here. And sometimes when the list is put together, There'll also be some ebooks as well. But if we click on, let's just click on this Home Before Dark. You'll notice that there's not just the regular book, but there's also ebook and even large print. And so if I click on, this one's highlighted, there's 22 copies and 7 are on hold. So you could place a hold there. If you click on the ebook option, once again, the ebook will be highlighted, and you'll notice that we have 9 copies and 46 are on hold. And then for large print, we have 5 copies and 1 is on hold. So if you don't mind having a large print book or you need one, then there's not that many holds on this particular item. Okay, so let's go back to the list. Here we go. I have to click several times. But each one of these will give you several different options. But I like this right here, and I'm trying to get it to get on here on a really easy way to find this, because I just like how it visually shows up. This is Paris, My Suite. I'm not sure why this collection was put together, but let's take a look. Oh, it was for Sweetest Day last week. That makes sense. So I just like how they just think of different book lists to put together. They really highlight some new books and even some older books that might have the same theme of Paris. Maybe you really wanted to go, or you had planned on going to Paris last year, and that just didn't quite work out. There's concept albums here, sweet offerings. Of course, that's to get ready for Halloween. And you can see all sorts of different things here that generate food. Pumpkin Pie Wars, that sounds fun. And once again, you can place a hold on those items. Now, if we go down here, you're going to see Fright Night. Now, since we're talking about spooky stuff, we're going to talk about Fright Night, Halloween soundtrack. So if you go to Fright Night, once again, here's a nice long list of books. There's 9 items, and some of them are a little bit older, and some of them are fairly recent. Here's one that is 2021. But here, Night Shift by Stephen King. And I try to avoid all Stephen King. I just can't handle the intensity of his books sometimes, but everybody loves them. But this one's from 1978, but we still have that in our collection. So here's a great list there. If we go back one, here's Halloween soundtracks. And if you're going to be passing out candy, or if you're going to be having a Halloween party, here's a great place to find it. Now, this is great because this is the 50 greatest pieces of classical music, but it's instantly available on Hoopla. And I pointed that out last week, that sometimes you might not be able to see it in our catalog, but it might be on Hoopla, or it also might be on Freegal. And Freegal Music actually has a Halloween playlist as well. Okay? So we are going to now jump in. So definitely check out the list here, because it just is a nice group of, here's some more spooky movies that are here. But you'll notice that I highlighted some of these last week, and all of a sudden we already have some new book lists. So check this out all the time, because it's a great way. I mean, we've got millions and millions of materials, and this is a great way to really kind of figure out what you want to read next. Okay, so we're going to go to Books and Media. We're going to go to Stream and Download. Now we're going to go to Libby here. And for some reason, it took me to this page. I want to not go to that page. Why will it do that? Let's go to Overdrive instead. Remember, Overdrive and Libby are the same thing. It's just a different way to looking at things. So here's a list of books for Halloween fun. Now, of course, if I wanted to click on these, I can. And it's going to tell me I can borrow here. Okay. And I can see all. If if I see all, you'll notice that there's 402 results here. And a lot of them, you'll notice, are for juveniles, for children. And if you don't want to go through 402 of them, you can then go through and say, oh, okay, I just want to look at the juvenile fiction, and that's 363. Or maybe I want to do the mystery and suspense. And I could even click on more. And if I want to really drill down and get something horror, I can click there. And then 37 books will come up for horror. Okay. So just a great list of different things. It does say try Libby, our new app for enjoying ebooks and audiobooks. And I think this is a great thing to remember that we have. Now I'm going to go back to the main page here and scroll down. Here, of course, is witches, fantasy, history, and everyday. And once again, I could click on the see all. These are haunted homes, and this is a special collection that has to do with haunted homes, and there's 119. So that first collection, this is a little bit different. This is an old book, Amityville Horror, and you'll notice that if it's an audiobook, it has the headphones, and if it's an ebook, right there. So I'm going to click back. And then here's some Ohio authors. And here are some other books as well, okay? Now, if I want to go over to the kids section, so let's go in reverse order. Let's go to teens first. If I go to the teen page, here's some new stuff here, and then here's young adult fiction here. And then, you know, sometimes magic plays into it. Here's plays. Here's magic, should I say, I'm sorry. And there's some other ones as well. Oh, here's one about the day a book keeps the monsters away. So you got some monsters books up here too. And then we're going to go back to the main collection. And I'm going to click on kids up here. And once again, here are some really good books. There's a monster in my book. And if we click here, these are for young readers. There's 282 here in this collection. And something that I don't think this one's going to be as frightening or Monster Street as some of the other books here. So you might want to test those out before you don't want to scare your little ones too much. Now I'm going to go back to stream and download, and then I'm going to go over to Hoopla. And of course, Hoopla is part of our collection. I'm going to click on Browse, and I'm going to scroll through here. And here's the best of horror. And we've got 38 selections here. And you'll notice there's audiobooks. And these are available right now. You don't have to wait for anyone. Every book here, every audiobook here is available that you could download and keep it for 21 days, all right, for Hoopla. Now, I do want to come over here, and I'm going to click to movies, and I'm going to scroll through again. And here's Hello Teen, and this is 22 episodes and TV shows like Teen Wolf 2, Teenage Vampire, that you could instantly download and do it on a device, watch it on a device, or also you could project it on your TV. There's instructions in here on how to manage it on a TV. So if I want to go back to movies, I am going to scroll a little bit more, and because I found one more that I wanted to show you. I think I might have to go here to let's go to television and go through. And I'm not finding it. So what I'm going to do right here is write in Halloween for kids. And you can see it's right here, Halloween for kids. And if I typed in Halloween for kids, it's going to come back with 97. 97. And there's some that definitely would probably be good for kids. Not quite sure about this one, The Collector. The Goosebumps series is great. Here's a one for little ones, The Little Shop of Monsters. That would be great to check out too. Before I go, I do want to show you one more thing. And I'm going to go to Research Databases. Now, when you go to the main page, it's going to be over here on the right-hand side. But I'm going to go right over here to Lifelong Learning and Online Courses. And I've talked about Creative Bug before. You will need a library card to get into Creative Bug. And it will ask you to put in your library card. I'm already in here. And it says, of course, welcome back, Keith. I can view all the classes, but I'm not really interested in the classes right now. I'm just going to type in Halloween. I'm not a great typist. But here's some projects right here. If you're planning a party, here's some great things. You could also have some little hats or some outfits. But here's a Halloween party decor. You can view the class. You can watch a little introduction here. And you can see the different chapters. These are, you'll learn how to make 6 different craft projects for Halloween. And you can even customize your own Halloween decorations. And what you'll get is all of this. There's even a detailed supply list. So here's the chapters. So you're going to make a mummy surprise ball, all sorts of, book centerpieces. You can't go wrong with here. Here's the materials that you're going to need to put that together. And you can even download the material list here as well. So that's a great way to get the kids involved. Here's some decorations that some people made, and there's some discussions. But each one, you could just watch this one, and it's only going to take you 6 minutes to do it, and then you and your children could get together and make those projects. I just thought I'd point that out because I really like Creative Bug. I think it's a fun way to get kids and adults interested in making some things as well. So definitely check that out. So we're wrapping up with our spooky stuff, and don't forget about some events that are happening around the library. Now, they're having an I Spy. It's not a real owl, just point that out, but there are the owls will fly in different locations every Monday. So it's a game that they can go and have a little I Spy while you're maybe finding some materials for yourself over there at Miami Township. They could be trying to find those owls that are flying around. Pictures of owls, by the way. Of course, there's Escape the Wrath of Wizards is happening over at Loveland. And that is continuing to go on at Loveland, a lot of things. There's also in-person Dungeons and Dragons. We've got Escape the Wrath here, and even werewolves, and monsters and zombies. Oh my, at Green Township. But registration is already closed. That's why you have to check our event calendar. There's some more things that are happening here around the library on Saturday as well. You've got some mythical creature painting, fall fresh weekend at Washington Park. All right, I'm gonna stop and tell you a few more things. Well, all right, that is today's Lunch and Learn. I hope you learned a little bit about the excitement that's building about the Deer Park branch coming along, and it is going to be here before we know it. So check out those pictures. And then, of course, the staff pics. It's amazing
week after week, the library staff puts together a nice list. You had that Sweetest Day list that I didn't even realize what that was for at first. But then all of this stuff about spooky and Halloween and thrillers and getting ready for Halloween. So always check out those staff picks as well. Libby and Overdrive is a great location. Always find something that is happening right now. And you can see all of those wonderful materials that you can place on hold and you can download immediately as well. And then Hoopla is one of my favorites because anything that you see on Hoopla, you can instantly take a look at. And I didn't even have time to go over Canopy. Canopy is also a great place. It has a whole bunch of videos that you want to check out that are there that have to do with haunted and spooky stuff. The events that are happening, I showed you those lists, but I do want to point out a couple that I forgot, and that was the drive-in story time. That's Happy Halloween. That's happening at Hyde Park at 7:30. It's happening at 7:30 on Friday, so definitely check that out. And then on Saturday at Madisonville at 10 a.m., they're having the Honey Hill farm animals come. And isn't it a perfect weekend to actually bring out the kids to Madisonville and see some farm animals? All right, have a wonderful weekend, and I will see you next week for a Lunch Learn. Bye-bye.